You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Billie Eilish.
Hey, what's up? This is Billie Eilish.
40 million records sold. 7 Grammy Awards.
Thank you, guys.
And the voice of a generation.
All right, dude.
Joins Fitzy and Whipper.
Billie Eilish, g'day mate, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We were just
Good to have you on, Tiger.
well,
It's really good, champ.
4th time to Australia?
Yeah.
Wow, at the age of 20 already.
Yeah, I know.
You got 3 shows. It's going to be unbelievable. Are you nervous? Are you like? I mean, it's crazy that. I mean, you were playing to 500 people when you were 16, and then a year later you're playing to like 20, 30,000 people.
Pretty crazy.
So I mean, this must be cruising now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's nuts. It's so sick.
Yeah.
Like the show that I get to do. I mean, you know, I just did 3 in New Zealand, and like, God, I just get up on the stage and I'm just like, I just have to, like, every single show. It never feels normal.
Yeah.
And every show I have to stand there for a second and actually just look around the room
And take it in.
And it's a crazy feeling.
Well, and the best thing about you like to converse with the crowd as well. So you have
Yeah.
conversations,
Yeah.
you get people up, you talk.
Yeah.
Is that a big thing for you? Like, yeah.
It's got to be that way.
Yes.
To me, I was saying this yesterday. Like, I really don't like the idea of doing a show for people. Like,
Sure.
I want them to be like with me at the show, like
All
doing the
part of
show with me, and like the idea of like I was saying, like I made this point yesterday, and I'm just gonna make it again because it sounded good.
Yeah. No, I want to hear it.
That like if there was a show that I did and I come off stage and I wasn't happy about it for whatever the reason was, it's almost always that it felt like the crowd was there watching a show,
Yes.
and I was the show that they were watching.
Sure.
Instead of
Wasn't integrated.
it was like it wasn't interactive. Like that's what I want, is like the connection, and like I want them to be doing as much of the show as I'm doing. You know what I mean?
But if you stop down and look at it and you go, oh, maybe that show wasn't as good as I'd hoped, then what are you suggesting may have happened?
I think that it just is like I have these wants and needs for my own I want the crowd to be like,
Yeah.
You know when it feels right.
yeah.
Yeah, can I just? I was at your first Coachella performance, and you had had technical problems.
Yes.
But see, we knew with lights and stuff, we understood. But the way that you interacted with the crowd, I would not have known because. And then watching your documentary, The World's a Little Blurry,
Yeah.
I could see like you beforehand. Like I would have had a meltdown.
I know. Tell me about
You're just about to go out, and everything just shuts down.
So much build up.
But you then all of a sudden, as soon as you hit that stage, Billy, is it just you switch on? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to, don't you?
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But then you go from that extreme, like the show that you're going to do tonight and some of the other big performances, and then when you go home to just the family, and you know, mum and dad are there, it's like such a vast change, such a different world. I mean, I know that you go back to the basics of just being at home, but even when the party's over and you're going through the idea for the film clip in the backyard with your mum there,
Yeah.
and your mum's going, and I don't know if that's going to work, and you're just sitting around the table in the backyard.
Yeah,
Like to be able to have those conversations, which just seems so simple and so normal for any family, but then to be able to take that to the world, it must be phenomenal to see it develop and grow.
I'm telling you, dude,
It'd be hard to make sense of it.
surreal experience in
Yeah.
my life.
Can you remember you started writing music at 11? Mm-hmm. What was your first song?
Well, okay, when I was a kid, I was writing songs like a kid. Like I was constantly singing and constantly making stuff up, but it wasn't like a song.
Right.
So I wrote like little songs when I was a kid. When I was like
songs about Barbie
5-ish. Yeah, when I was like 5, I wrote a song with a friend on my ukulele about like ukuleles. And then like grass and
Give it
flowers.
to us. We'll play it on Nova.
I will.
Billie Eilish ukulele
Yeah, I'll just
song.
record it. I'll just record it now.
we're
Put it
all
out.
Exclusive.
But can you?
and
What's the
action.
But
one that's lyrics?
my first song, I think the first song that I wrote was a song called, I think it was either a song that I wrote called Why Not or a song that I wrote called Fingers Crossed.
Fingers crossed. saying-
Fingers
Fingers
crossed you don't.
Crossed was about, I mean, it was like a lost love song, but it was really about The Walking Dead. Wow. Yeah, because it was I've said this before, but it was a song exercise my mom actually was teaching a songwriting class, and one of the exercises was like, go home and watch your favorite TV show or watch a TV show or whatever, and anything that sticks out to you that could be a lyric or could be like just anything interesting, just write it down. And I was watching The Walking Dead because I was like 11 and I liked The Walking Dead. And I wrote down a bunch of the things that they said in it and like the episode titles and like, so I wrote a song like about it. But it's very like, you wouldn't know that. It's just, it sounds like I'm just talking about.
Is there a recording of that?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yes, there is.
We put it out on SoundCloud when I was like 13.
I love that Australia is important to you as well because of the sound that you got from the buzzer when you crossed the road. Like, I love watching that.
Yeah.
Have you picked up any new sounds in Australia since you've been here this time?
Dude, I haven't been like, I
Police
don't go out
siren,
like I used to be like, I used to go out and like walk around and do stuff, and I don't do that as much because life is a little different.
What about when you scan your food like at self-checkout in the supermarket?
Yeah, that could do it. I don't know. I would have to go to a store to do that. But we did when we were in New Zealand. We went on a bike ride because I've been going out more.
Great.
For the last couple of years, when I was on tour, I was just like scared to step outside because I was just worried. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to. People are gonna. Which is like I'm more chill about it now. I'm more comfortable in it. But so I have been doing more stuff. But I've also just been busy.
Yeah.
But we were in New Zealand and we went on a bike ride and there were these birds that like were making this crazy fucking
And you heard it.
robotic sound, and it was so sick. And we were moving, so I couldn't record it. But I was with Dora, my friend, and we were like, what is that sound? It's so amazing.
Our
And Dora,
birds need to step up.
Yeah, Dora and she makes music too. She's on tour with me.
Yeah.
Dora Jar.
Dora the Explorer.
But she's all about the like using weird sounds too, and so we both heard the birds and we were like, wait.
Wait,
I mean, it's a famous thing too here that our crows, and it's been.
Yeah.
Does it not sound exactly like
That's
that?
good, but I mean, jokes have been made that they quite often sound like they're saying.
Dude, actually, I do have a recording from the last time I was here, and it's called Sydney Birds.
Yeah.
And it's from 2019, and it was I was standing on the balcony in the hotel room, and I was just going. That I'm telling you, dude, it sounds exactly like that.
Yes. Can I give you my dolphin?
Yeah, please.
It's not bad. I mean, he did it this
Your mouth
morning.
isn't even open, dog.
It's just here.
That's pretty good.
Don't try to get yourself onto a Billie Eilish song.
I can't believe you're going to write a song about my sound. That is so kind of you.
Hey,
Birds and
pretty
Dolphins
good.
of Sydney.
That's pretty good.
Can we ask, I know you've written a James Bond song, you've won an Oscar
Yes.
for that, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Queen's just passed away. We've been dedicating our show to it a bit over here, and obviously she meant a lot to us here in Australia.
Yeah.
You met the Royals, but protocol went out the door apparently when you met the Royals, or?
I had it all ready to go.
Yes.
I was like studying
Well, like
what the
curtsies
etiquette
and
was
stuff.
supposed to be. I was like ready to curtsy. I was ready to not shake a hand. I was ready to not ask questions and not be spoken to unless I'm spoken, not speak unless I'm spoken to.
Gotcha.
And I was so worried about it too. I was like, I'm not gonna know how to do it. And they all walked in and they were like, "What's up? How are you? How's it going?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" And it was funny. I was with Phoebe Waller-Bridge and she was standing there, and Phineas and I were like, "Phoebe, do you know the protocols? And like, do you know that you have to curtsy?" And she was like, "No." And we were like, "Oh, okay. Nobody prepped you on the protocols?" And she was like, "No. Like, we're just are we supposed to do something specific?"
Yeah.
And we thought it was like this big, like it had to be like these are the rules, these are the rules. And they walk in and
It was
off.
all gone.
which was great. They were just so nice
High-fiving,
and
bum taps,
friendly and charming.
hugs.
yeah.
I love that.
20 years of
Love
age.
it.
All right, just before I like.
What do you got?
Well, just before you go, my big question was like the world's a little blurry. Is it a little more focused now? I thought that was quite deep. That question. That was the
That's
last
good, mate.
question before
Did you
we
write
go.
that down? You've done really well with
That's
that
a
one.
good one.
We're
That's
very
a good
proud of
question.
you.
More focus for Billie Eilish now.
I really think it is.
Yep.
Life feels really good right now.
Well, you're happier than ever. That's out now.
You know,
That's
I'm
the new
happier than
album.
ever. Yeah.
We're so glad to have you in our country.
I'm stoked to be here. I'm very thrilled right
We're
now.
so excited about Birds of Sydney. It's going to be a fantastic
Birds
song.
of Sydney.
Don't open with it tonight. Give it a bit more time, but it's very exciting.
Thank you, Billy.
Thanks,
you.
Billy.
Thanks, guys.
You're the best.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper podcast.